Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more City Skylines Mass Transit in our new Ravenna series. So, we had some comments on the last episode that pointed out something that I've run into in City Skylines before, and it was absolutely true, which is that right now, with our current road setup, we've got this situation where industrial trucks are not going to be able to get to our industry very easily. So in terms of making deliveries, both between industrial and commercial sectors, the ability for trucks that are coming into town is going to be really, their abilities are going to be bottlenecked. Their routes are going to be bottlenecked by this road situation. So one of the things I want to do right away this episode, well, first of all, we're just going to go with 2-lane roads for a second because I want to finish doing this. Let's switch to that tool, and then, is that good? No, it's not. Can't completely trust this particular junction because the power plant's messing with it. There we go. There we go. So one of the things I want to do is let's switch to a slightly wider road option. This is a large road, which we could have this is a three-lane highway. We don't need a 3-lane. A 2-lane should be good. And what I'd like to do is we're going to have this thing go out here to about there, and then let's go ahead. Actually, no, that's a little bit close. Let's refund a stretch of that. And we're actually going to raise this up to about there, and then go across like so. Is that the right angle? Hang on, I also want to make sure it's the right distance. Yeah, that looks about right. So there's that. All right, so now that we've got that built, this is going to provide a pretty easy way for trucks to come in and out of the city. And I'm hoping that we can get just trucks to adhere to it. Oh, really? Hang on. All right, there we go. That's going to work if I do that. And then I hope it will get kind of the same curvature going if I attach it in the other direction. Oh, wait, hang on. Nope, got to move you. So let's work on... Actually, let's go ahead and move you too. Let's just get you guys good and out of the way. So this is not the prettiest intersection in the history of City Skylines, but it's going to work. It's going to do what we need it to do. All right, so... Yeah, there we go. We could always change these types as well. And so I guess what I want to do, just to make it really match, is now let's go ahead and have this thing come back down to the ground. Let's... I want to make sure it matches the distance. I think that's all I did previously. And maybe a little bit farther. Good. Actually looks a little bit too short for me. Getting this stuff to match can be maddening sometimes. There we go. All right, good. That's an exact match. And now we're going to use that as our mark to have the roads going the other direction. All right, so in this case, it's going to be... Hang on, we need this one to come this direction. Perfect. Again, not the prettiest. There we go. All right, so that will... It's not the most amazing thing in the world, but it will give industrial trucks an opportunity to come into town directly this way. Now, that also does mean that some cars will try to come into town that way, but it'll at least free that up from being a choke point. So we're going to have that going for now to get things started with this episode. We're about 3 minutes in, and I want to keep focusing on some of the other areas that need to be expanded. We also spent a good amount of money getting that done, so we're going to need to wait for some of our income. We've got a pretty nice income at the moment to kick in and help us out. But now we need to focus on... You know what? We can probably put something park-related there. Hang on. We don't quite have the money for small playground. Could that fit? Yeah, we could put playground here. That works. I want to do a playground there, and then there might even be something we could squeeze in there. You never know. All right, so that helps land value in the area even more, and it just extends the park that we've already established in that section. I heard some particular houses getting better as we went through there. All right, so I'm not seeing... Okay, good. I am seeing some trucks jumping off there. I see some cars using the off-ramp as well. So at least, if nothing else, it's... Oh, good. A truck just used that. And what are you doing? Oh, you're using it as a turnaround? Okay, have fun. Whatever you need to do. Are you going to do the same thing? Okay, good. So we're seeing them use it for that purpose to a certain extent. This is Bradley Street. I don't know if there's a setting that will allow us to actually change the purpose of the road, but we'll play with that a little bit later on. Again, for now that I've got a little bit more money, let's take a look at our zones and see what we need to do, because we need more of everything, pretty much. So I also want to make sure that future industry kind of goes in this direction, and we might even de-zone this at some point Because I do recognize that this is a little bit close to the rest of the city, and maybe we have the industry a little bit farther away, just for pollution reasons, right? But we want to go ahead and do that for now. So I could eventually dezone this and then rezone all this as industrial. And I'm actually going to go ahead and zone that as industrial now. And then also I would like to, speaking of that, hang on, let's make sure that we have that area fed by water. Okay. So we need more industrial, residential, and commercial stuff zoned. So commercially, I'm pretty happy with the way this is developed. We haven't even looked at that from a non-developmental standpoint in a bit, just as far as like what the buildings look like and how the city looks, which I want to make sure we do this episode. But let's go ahead and get some additional development started by going out here. I think this will work. This right now, is this a 2-lane road? I set this up as a 2-lane road, right? Yeah, but this is still a 1-lane. Okay, interestingly enough, yeah, see how I did this? This actually, I think I need to change this. I think this needs to be a 1-lane road. Just because it is technically the highway going through town. So yeah, that's what I'll do. Let's go ahead and change this. We're going to need to change direction as well. Quick right click, and there we go. All right, so now that entire road is a 1-lane road going that direction. This is Aspen Street. It goes all the way through town. Yep, Aspen Street it is. Perfect. All right, so now let's continue that theme a little bit by extending the road in this direction. And I think 2 more blocks should be... Well, you know what? We've got... Well, no, we don't actually have that much money, so let's do 1 more block for now. And then we want a 2-lane road going this direction. Yeah, wouldn't you know it? We are out of money. So let's go to there and go ahead and do some new residential zoning. And we'll expand as soon as we have the opportunity as far as our roads are concerned. Now, you... Okay, we don't have enough money to do a full pipe yet, so we need to let some money come in for a second. Put the game on speed 3. There we go. We'll pipe down to there. And we actually need to pipe all the way down to here, though. Good. All right, that's set. So we've got some new residents coming in, as well as some new industrial jobs popping up. Industrial buildings, rather. And jobs to go with them, I suppose. Next objective would be to build more here. Now, this is a 2-lane road going behind... 2-lane road, excuse me, going behind the new commercial buildings that we built. Now, we could put some commerce stuff here eventually, but for now I want to... Again, we've got industry pretty close to that, so I want to keep a little bit of distance there. But let's have a 2-lane road set up here, followed by a 2-lane road connecting to the road there, and just have a little bit more commercial in there. Good. And it already is watered, so that's quite nice. We're going to try and build toward the river here.
Experts
oh, hello.
An earthquake could hit the area soon.
Interesting. Buildings near the center of the quake can be destroyed. So intensity of 5.3. I haven't messed around, like I said, I haven't messed around with the game really a lot since some of the expansions came out, so this earthquake could be interesting to see. We don't have a lot in the way of disaster relief just yet. I do have... Yeah, we don't have anything disaster relief-wise. Do we have the fire department? Yes, we do. Have I got a police department yet? No, I don't. Oh, yes, I do. Yeah, it's right there. Okay, good. The earthquake actually happened...
An earthquake is occurring. Don't panic and wait for help if you are in the affected area.
Okay, it has affected some buildings. Wow. It's actually like a freaking fault line forming. Alright, it didn't affect any roads. Was that our power plant that went down? Yes, it is. Oh, you have got to be kidding me. We just lost our power plant, so we're going to have to take out a loan to get our power going again. Of all the buildings to get knocked down by that, our power plant was the one that fell. Alright, so let's wait for this thing to finish. That sucks. Wow. Or it was the one to fall, rather. Holy crap. Alright, well let's replace some of the stuff that's been damaged. Wait, was there another abandoned building? No. Thought I saw one for a second. Alright, well, that caught me off guard. So let's go ahead and take out, how much do we need for one more coal plant? These are 19,000, so we just need one of the most basic loans. Done. We're going to solve that problem pretty quickly. Alright, so that should fix that problem. And I don't think we lost anything else. The road seems undamaged. There's a massive just chasm in the earth where things got a little bit dicey. But you can definitely see some industry starting to use this, which is nice. So we are continuing to grow in our population. We have a little bit more money again. Especially since we, just took out a freaking loan. So, much as I hate to do that, let's go ahead and see what else we can do here. We can go ahead and add more residential district, which is very much in demand at the moment. Nice. Now that's already watered as well, so we can just let that develop. And we've got another abandoned building over here. So we have some issues with workers, and that should be solved as soon as more residents come into town. What do we have? We have power problems. Interestingly enough, we also have additional power problems. So let's go ahead and throw down another one of those to offset the problem a little bit. But we are definitely going to have to manage our situation pretty carefully, especially since we are in debt a little bit, and that's affecting our income. Not that much. It's not the worst debt to be in. We took the smallest loan, and we have a decent income. But still, it did affect how much money we're making. So an early earthquake there to throw us off. Let's see. We've got an abandoned building there, and I saw another one. Did I see another one? I guess not. God, I love the day-night cycle. It just looks so frickin' pretty. Nice, we're now a boomtown, so that actually should give us a little bit of money, which we can use to pay back the loan if we want it. But we now have access also to ferries, to buses, and to trams, as well as to specialized industrial areas in ore, so actual mining, which we can do as well. So we also have access to some new policies, which we need to play with, and it looks like we got access... Oh, check it out! They added 4-lane highways? That's so cool! I would not... Oh, that's so cool. So there have only been 3-lane highways up to this point, but we got lots of new buildings as well. Wow. Lots of new stuff that we can do. Geothermal heating plant, boiler stations, tank reservoirs, ferry depots as well, ferry piers, and that's part of mass transit, so we definitely want to mess with that when we get the opportunity. So tell you what, let's go ahead. We've got a good amount of money. Let's go ahead and pay that off. We still have 21,000 to play with. And let's take a look at some of the new buildings we have access to. We do have access to a cemetery, and we're going to need that because we're going to have dead people. It's just the truth. So I think I probably should go ahead and get a cemetery built to collect dead people so that doesn't become a problem later on. So what if we had one... I kind of like the idea of having one like out here a little bit. Let's do that. Near the residential area, because I mean people are mostly going to die in their homes. And then the cemetery can go like right there, and that did knock out that power line, so let's take a second to... Actually, that's not a problem, though. That's not an issue at all. I can go ahead and remove a couple of power lines. Actually, I can remove a lot of power lines. I don't need these anymore, because the city has developed. Why are you still showing as broken? You're not. Or maybe that's just showing as the end of the line. There we go. Yeah, didn't need to have that indicator. So now we've got a cemetery set up, and we can do some additional stuff. We don't need... We can do a high school now, which is a nice option. We have the option of getting a taxi depot set up, which we're not going to do just yet. Trams as well, which we don't have railway set up for those. And then, of course, ferries. Now, before we do ferries... Oh, hang on. Before we do ferries, we are going to have to get a canal set up. And I would like to have one, maybe either have a canal. It would be kind of cool to have a canal come like to right here. But also, I feel like it would be better ultimately for the city's development to have a canal going like here and then have that be a main area, like a thoroughfare. So as the city develops in this direction, which we bought that territory to do that, we will be able to take advantage of that mass transit option and the expansion for that matter. The DLC, I guess I should say. Because there is technically like a definitional difference between between DLC and expansions, even though they can be synonymous. So, all right, we also have the option of doing advanced wind turbines, which are more expensive, but they put out a lot more power. And we could have one out here by the water pump and have it feeding into the power grid a little bit, which would be nice. So why don't we go ahead and do one of those, just because we have the money for it and they're amazing. We're still making a decent amount of money. Looks like we have more demand for industry coming in, so what we can do is go ahead and add industrial zoning there, and it looks like that's already watered, so we're good. So we can address the additional demand for industry, while also considering the fact that we might need to do more commercial stuff in this area. So why don't we think about that? Why don't we go ahead and double this up, like so. Nice. And then for fun, let's break it up into, so it has a similar break to that right there. And what I'd like to do actually is maybe use this for like plazas, or actually, even better, let's break it up twice. And then we'll use this area here for plazas, and we'll have another full commercial area set up here. Now, we've got a little bit of money to raise land value with. We could do a Japanese garden in the middle of the commercial area. That would be nice. Let's let a little bit more money come in, so we have a little bit more access to things. Okay, so definitely new commercial zones coming in, and we definitely do. Let's see, a plaza with trees would be good. Let's put one there for now. That'll help with the commercial land value in the area. Oh, wait, not quite watered here. Let's fix that problem. Solved. All right, and now apparently, oh, hello. Got a bit of a fire going. Fire department's already on it. Excellent. Problem solved. Building didn't even completely burn down, even though it, let's be honest, it looked like that building should have burned down. Okay. So we do need to have additional residences here. This is, what, 4 wide? So before we do another block like this, we need to break this out by, let's see, let's do another single block for now. Just so people have houses to move into. So this is going to be a pretty big residential area, and then we'll expand and do something different to where we're not following the same grid later on in the series. So we've got a sunrise on the way. Yep, let's make sure our new... There we go. Looks like we have a bit of a power shortage again. Yeah, actually a pretty substantial power shortage. Are we going to have to take out another loan to solve this problem? What power plants do we have access to? Hang on, do we have access to a new one yet? No, still just the coal. So ideally, what we probably need to do is have a second coal power plant. As much as I hate that idea. Yeah, let's take out another loan. Because I don't want to deal with a power shortage. And the city's going to continue to grow rapidly, so it's okay, ultimately. All right, there's that thing. All right, power problems went away. And we continue to have a very, very nice income. Let's go ahead and add one more block. And you as well. Now, at some point, we're going to have to do more, like, parks and stuff. So maybe break this off here, and that can be a park area as well. Just to help with land value of all these homes. We want to make sure that they have access to some just fun services, etc. And also, I just realized I need to make sure these roads match. So let's do that. Good. They're already going in the right direction. And then, ideally... this would also extend out this way. And that actually needs to be a 2-lane road right there. Good. Actually, so does that. That needs to be a 2-lane. As does this. Good. That way they can use it a little bit more properly. And did I zone that? I don't think I zoned it. No, I didn't. Perfect. How's the water? Looking great. Let's go ahead and make sure that everything in this area has the right kind of water service. Why don't we just do something like this? There we go. All right, so you can definitely see the pollution over here that we need to deal with before too long. But again, as people get more educated and as we install better schools, which is next on the agenda, actually, I think I want to save up till I have a high school. Well, one thing I want to do first is get a park set up again. So we could do a bouncy castle park. Why don't we just do a dog park here? And we can put it on this corner and make people in that area pretty damn happy, I would think. We could do another one too, but don't quite have the money for it yet. How about a small playground on this side? Oh, damn, a house just went up there. Yeah, let's do a small playground there before that construction's finished. That way there's a little bit of land value going in there. And again, we need to continue adding industrial opportunities here because everyone has a job now. So what's this? What is this indicator here? Not enough educated workers. So yeah, we need more educated people in our city. Definitely need a high school for that. So we're going to need to get that going. I think what I want to do is expand our industry a little bit more. Not a lot, but a little bit more. Let's go ahead and just expand by 2 units there. Perfect. And that should be, if I add industrial jobs here, but not there. I want to start keeping pollution away from this part of the city. We're going to focus our industry towards the fault line there. I wonder if future earthquakes also happen on that same fault line. It'd be interesting to see. All right, milestone-wise, we are heading towards Busy Town at a pretty decent clip. Here comes the rain again. All right, what do we have? Seems like traffic-wise, we're in pretty good shape. There seems to be a pretty good amount of usage here with the industrial trucks as intended, and I'm seeing more cars coming in and out here. So the traffic is using this properly so far. There are red lights that have already been set up here for this intersection, so that's already being done. What about over here? Are there lights yet? It might be... Yeah, there's stop signs, but there's not lights. Maybe it would be best, since this is about to become a busier area of town, maybe it's best to go ahead and set up... Hang on, we need to knock down a few of these. Any other abandoned buildings in town? No, we're good. All right, I think it would be best to go ahead and change some stuff here. So yeah, the snapping can stay on. That can go away. Oh, cool, I can buy new land again. We're not going to do that just yet. But... Let's see, I'm trying to find the actual option for... I know I can get to it by clicking on... trying to figure out the interface here. Okay, so that's for disasters. Good to know. I know I can get to the road interface by clicking on the name of a road. I've done that. I can go to Strawberry Street, for instance, and I can click on this. I can click on Adjust Road, but where else is that button in the interface? I don't see it anywhere. Okay, so junctions. So should I use lights at this junction? Right now, it says it's not even using stop signs, which doesn't make any sense. Of course it's using stop signs. So maybe have lights here instead. All right, so let's close that. So that might change traffic flow a little bit, but at the same time it might... Oh, hello! Giant fire going on over here. Fire trucks are on their way, though. How'd that happen, guys? Or what's going on here? Too few services. To what are you referring? Too few services. So I guess we just need... Yeah, land value is just crappy around here, so I suppose... Like a plaza in the area just to make things a little bit nicer. That'll help with some land value. Is that not what you're complaining about, though? Plaza with picnic tables. This is a little bit longer of a plaza. I wish I could rotate this just by clicking. There's not a way to do it, unfortunately. I don't have enough money either to build this thing. Yeah, I'm not sure what the complaint is. I haven't seen that in the game before. I don't know how I've managed not to see it, but we'll have to figure that out in a later episode. So we're building up enough money actually pretty rapidly to go ahead and establish the first high school. We need 24,000 altogether. It's pretty doable. We only have one school so far, one elementary school. So we definitely have an education issue we need to work on. We'll probably build another elementary school in this area here, in addition to maybe a high school. This would be a great school area because it's already next to a park. So we can build the taxi depot as well. All right, we are rapidly approaching the 24,000 mark. So we're going to have a high school similarly positioned to our elementary school. Let's actually put it right next to the park, though. Then we'll put an elementary school right next to it. Almost there. Perfect. Let's go ahead and put that thing down, and that should make those residents, I would think, pretty happy. Yeah, land value improved a lot with the arrival of that school. So that's going to mean a little bit more educated population in New Ravenna. Let's go ahead and get rid of some of our abandoned buildings. And then some of these complaints about educated workforce should go away a little bit. And I think that was the building that was complaining about too few services. So not quite sure what was going on there, but we'll figure it out in a future episode. I'm not particularly worried about it. So now what I want to do, before I wrap this one, is let's just establish a little bit more in the way of residences. Now, we actually have a lot of demand, so anything I build at the moment is going to expand rapidly. So let's start with our need for more commercial stuff, which is quite obvious. All right, let's speed the game up a bit. There we go. And now all of this is going to be commercial, shopping areas for folks. And then we also need additional residential stuff. So we're going to just keep expanding in this direction, same as we've done. And again, we want to let the game tick by a little bit here because we have money trickling in slowly but surely. And there we go. So let's do a little bit more residential zoning, and we should be good. Now, I want to wait until we have the ability to build another elementary school as well, which is only 10,000. We'll reach that mark pretty quickly. So before I end the episode, we're going to put an elementary school here as well, and we're going to have schools on either end of this situation. So still a pretty uneducated population, but we're working our way towards improving that situation. So actually, yeah, come to think of it, we weren't looking at land value a moment ago. We were looking at education. And right now, we have more citizens than we have room for, so we need to definitely build additional high schools, and we'll start with an additional elementary school. Oh, hello. Solve that problem really quick. All right. Want to wait for that 10,000 mark before I get this built. While it's going, let's go ahead and delete some abandoned buildings. Bye-bye. No abandoned industry, thankfully. Excellent. There we go. 10,000. So, city needs more. Really? You're kidding me. I guess we've just expanded that rapidly. Well, I suppose instead what I'll do, I'll go ahead and build another wind turbine there, since we have room for them. That'll help us a little bit. It's not going to be a permanent solution. And we're going to need better power plants soon. Hopefully our next upgrade is going to bring us to the point of having better power plants. But we're about to hit the 10,000 mark again. That's how much money we're making. It's pretty nice income at the moment. And we just want to have better elementary income, or better elementary education. All right, there we go. So let's go ahead and build that. And then now our capacity is totally in hand. We do need a second high school somewhere. We might do it over here at some point. But anyway, we are almost 30 minutes into this episode, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this one here. And in the next one, we are going to continue working on our education system, and then we will maybe look at starting a canal to come down this direction to be kind of the future of a or the center of a more future version of New Ravenna, where things are a little bit more developed, taller buildings and such. And we'll see just how that goes. And also, I do envision, like I said, I think in the first episode, I do envision this part being an actual, like, full highway. Maybe not actually transforming these roads, but using this space between the roads to build, like, a raised highway that can kind of travel down that corridor and provide people a means to just quickly jump in and out of the city. So it's going to be a little bit of road gore when it comes to figuring out exactly how that's going to look. And actually, looking at this intersection, it still is not... Yeah, that's still not right. So I'm going to have to fix that next episode too, because the effort that I put into making that the right angle still did not play out. So we've got a little bit of work to do to make this match, but we can do that in the next one as well. Actually, you know what? I can do it before we end up here, because this is just going to drive me nuts. So since we started the episode with it, we'll end with it as well. Let's see. That's the right distance. So all I need to do is have this thing come back down, and it's not that, it's not that, it's not that. Maybe that's the point at which... Is that right? That looks better. Okay. So let's go ahead and delete that altogether. And this will look a little prettier. There we go. There we go. All right, a little bit more symmetrical there. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and cut this one here. In the next one, like I said, we're going to focus on all this stuff up here. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes in New Ravenna are coming out every other day at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.